Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that one simple shift in your thoughts could change your entire life? Positive thinking is not just about being happy. It's about choosing strength over fear, hope over doubt, and light over darkness. It's the quiet power that helps you rise again when life tries to bring you down. It doesn't change the situation, but it changes you, and that changes everything. I'm Muniba Mazari, and I am a motivational speaker. If you like this content, then you can appreciate me by like, subscribe, and comments. So, now move on the topic. Positive thinking is often misunderstood. Some believe it means smiling when you're broken inside or pretending everything is fine when it's clearly not. But real positive thinking is not about denying your pain or hiding your struggles behind forced smiles. It is about facing reality with courage, not closing your eyes to it. It's about acknowledging that something is hard and still saying, I will find my way through this. When life becomes difficult, it's natural to feel sad, confused, or even lost. Those emotions are part of being human. Positive thinking does not mean you are not allowed to feel these things. In fact, it means you allow yourself to feel, to cry, to fall, but then you choose not to stay there. You choose to rise. You choose to move forward with hope in your heart, even when your hands are trembling. That is strength. You do not have to pretend that pain doesn't exist. You don't have to cover up your wounds. Positive thinking means that even in pain, you believe healing is possible. Even in the storm, you believe the sun will rise again. It is that small voice inside you that says, I won't give up, even if everything is falling apart. This kind of thinking is not always easy. It takes effort. It takes discipline. Every day you have to decide which voice you will listen to. The one that says, I'm not enough, or the one that says, I can try again. That decision is where the power lies. The power to shape your day, the power to keep moving, the power to live, not just exist. Choosing positive thoughts is like planting seeds in your mind. You may not see the results right away, but slowly your thoughts become habits, and those habits shape your life. When you choose to focus on the light, even when darkness surrounds you, you slowly begin to shine. It is a daily decision, not a one-time moment. Some days you'll find it easy, other days you'll have to fight for it. But in both cases, the choice is yours. Positive thinking isn't pretending. It's choosing to believe there's more ahead, no matter how hard today feels. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. It is the voice that speaks to you when you are alone, the thoughts that guide your actions, and the beliefs that shape your choices. What you think about yourself, your life, and your future becomes the foundation of your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not capable, you will start to believe it. If you see every challenge as the end, you will never begin again. But if your mindset is rooted in strength, hope, and resilience, then even the hardest days cannot break you. Life is not just about what happens to you, it is about how you respond to what happens. Two people can go through the same pain, but one rises stronger while the other remains stuck. The difference is not in the situation, it is in the mindset. One chooses to learn and grow, the other chooses to stay bitter and lost. That choice, made silently in the mind, writes the story of your life. A strong, positive mindset doesn't make life perfect. It makes you powerful in the middle of imperfection. It helps you look at failures as lessons, not defeats. It helps you focus on what is possible, not just what is painful. When your thoughts are aligned with belief and courage, you attract strength from within. You begin to see new doors where others only see walls. Your mindset also affects how you treat yourself. If you believe you are worthy, you will stop accepting less than you deserve. If you believe you are capable, you will stop waiting for permission and start creating your own path. That inner belief becomes your reality, step by step, day by day. Every morning, your mindset decides the kind of day you will have. Will you carry the weight of yesterday, or will you rise with a new sense of purpose? Will you dwell on what went wrong, or will you look for what can go right? It starts with a single thought, a thought that says, I will not be defined by my past. A thought that says, today, I choose to believe in myself. That is how your reality begins to change. One belief, one thought, one mindset at a time. Pain is one of life's most powerful teachers. It has the ability to break us open, not to destroy us, but to show us what we're made of. When we go through pain, it feels like the world has stopped. Everything seems heavy. But within that pain, there is a lesson waiting to be learned. Every tear you cry carries wisdom. Every heartbreak holds a message. Pain teaches you about your strength, your patience, your limits, and then it shows you how to go beyond them. Too often, people believe that pain is a punishment. They think, why me? And feel trapped in the suffering. But pain is not a prison. It is a path. It is not meant to chain you to the past. It is meant to guide you toward growth. What hurts today can heal tomorrow. And in that healing, you find pieces of yourself you never knew existed. You discover that your spirit is far more powerful than your circumstances. The truth is, pain is not the end of your story. It may be a dark chapter, but it is not the whole book. When you shift your perspective and begin to see pain as a teacher, you stop running from it. You sit with it. You listen to it. And then you rise from it. You rise with new strength, new clarity, and a deeper understanding of who you are. Some of the most beautiful changes come from the most painful moments. Pain has a way of waking us up. It shows us what really matters. It teaches us empathy so we can understand the pain of others. It gives us courage so we can face life with open hearts, even when we've been broken. And yes, healing takes time. There is no shortcut. But as the pain softens, the lessons remain. You remember how you survived. You remember how you kept going when you had every reason to give up. That memory becomes your inner fire. It reminds you that you're not weak because you've been in pain. You're strong because you've made it through. So don't wear your pain like a curse. Wear it like a medal. It means you've lived, you've felt, you've grown. Pain doesn't define you. It shapes you into someone wiser, kinder, and more powerful than before. Words are not just sounds or letters. They carry energy, emotion, and power. The words you speak to others can build them up or tear them down. But even more important are the words you speak to yourself. Those silent conversations in your head every day shape your confidence, your self-worth, and your future. What you tell yourself again and again becomes what you believe. And what you believe becomes how you live. When you wake up and tell yourself, I'm not good enough, your actions will reflect that belief. You will hesitate, you will shrink, and you will hold yourself back. But when you speak words like, I can try, I am learning, or I am worthy, something changes. Your energy shifts. You begin to walk with a little more strength. You begin to show up for yourself. Many times, we speak to ourselves more harshly than we would ever speak to a friend. We say things like, I always mess things up, or nothing ever works out for me. These words may seem small, but repeated daily, they create a mindset of defeat. That mindset becomes your reality. You don't move forward not because you can't, but because your words convinced you that you shouldn't. That is why it's important to choose your words with care. Speak to yourself with kindness. Speak to yourself like someone who deserves love, growth, and second chances. The words, I believe in me, may feel strange at first, but say them anyway. Say them until they feel true. Because the more you repeat them, the more your mind accepts them. Words are like seeds. What you plant in your mind will grow. If you plant doubt, you will grow fear. If you plant hope, you will grow courage. You don't need to lie to yourself or pretend life is perfect. You just need to speak the truth in a way that lifts you, not limits you. Even in your lowest moments, speak words that remind you of your strength. Say, this is hard, but I will make it. Say, I've fallen, but I'm not finished. Every positive word is like a step forward. Every kind word is like a light in the dark. Your words matter more than you know. There is something deeply powerful about choosing to see beauty in the broken. Life doesn't always go the way we plan. We face disappointments, heartbreaks, failures, and sometimes we feel like everything is falling apart. In those moments, it's easy to see only the pain. But if we look closely, we begin to notice that even in the middle of the mess, there is something meaningful, something beautiful. The cracks in our lives are not signs of weakness. They are reminders that we have lived, that we have felt deeply, and that we have survived. The broken pieces of your story are not something to be ashamed of. They are proof that you've been through storms and still chose to stand. They are the parts of you that hold your strength, your lessons, and your growth. You don't need to hide them. You need to embrace them. Beauty doesn't always come in perfect shapes and straight lines. Sometimes it comes in scars that tell a story. Sometimes it comes in a heart that still believes after being broken. Sometimes it's found in the quiet resilience of someone who keeps showing up even when everything hurts. That's real beauty. Not flawless, but honest. Real. Brave. To see beauty in the broken is also to speak kindly to yourself. Too often we blame ourselves for what went wrong. We punish ourselves with harsh words, but healing begins when you change the way you speak to yourself. When you say, I am still worthy, even when you feel like a mess. When you say, I did my best, even when things didn't work out. That kindness is part of the beauty. Talk to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love. You deserve gentle words, even in your lowest moments. You deserve to hear, it's okay, and you're doing enough. Because broken does not mean useless. Broken does not mean unlovable. It means human. When you start to see the light in your own cracks, you begin to heal. You begin to live with a different kind of grace. And slowly you realize you are not broken beyond repair. You are becoming something new, something deeper, something more whole, in ways the world cannot always see. And that, in itself, is beautiful. Resilience is the quiet force that keeps you going when everything around you is telling you to give up. It's not loud, it's not dramatic. It's that steady voice inside that says, try again, even after you've failed. It's the strength to show up even with a heavy heart. Resilience is not about never falling. It's about rising every time you do. Life will test you. It will throw unexpected challenges your way. People may disappoint you, and plans may fall apart. But your real power is not in avoiding pain. Your real power is in how you respond to it. Resilience means you bend, but you don't break. You may cry, but you don't quit. You may feel weak, but you keep going anyway. That's power. Sometimes people think strength means always being okay. But true strength, real resilience, is being honest about your struggles and still choosing to keep moving forward. It's getting back up, no matter how many times life knocks you down. Resilience doesn't mean you're unaffected. It means you're unstoppable. Resilient people don't have perfect lives. They have courage. They have the ability to grow through what they go through. When something breaks them, they use the pieces to build something new. They take the pain and turn it into purpose. They take the loss and turn it into learning. That ability to transform pain into progress is what makes them powerful. What makes resilience so special is that it can't be bought or borrowed. It's something you build inside yourself. Every time you face a challenge and choose not to give up, you are building resilience. Every time you get through something you thought would break you, you are becoming stronger than before. You don't need to be the fastest, the smartest, or the strongest. You just need to be the one who refuses to give up. You just need to be the one who says, I will try again tomorrow. That's what changes everything, because resilience is not about winning. It's about enduring. It's about believing in a better tomorrow, even when today is hard. And when you look back, you'll see that it wasn't luck or comfort that carried you. It was your resilience, your ability to rise, to continue, to live. That is your real power.